I started surfing, actually first caught a wave, there were probably, maybe you would number the surfers in California 5,000, 3,000, not very many. And they were scattered all over, so there wasn't a sense of it being a crowded sport. And it was such an unlikely thing. It seemed like such an unlikely thing to be able to do. If you look at an ocean wave break and you can catch it and right across the face and kind of carve and dance and mambo and have your way with it. And it seemed so unlikely, and it looked like so much fun that it would make you want to try it. And then once you paddled out and got the feeling of riding a wave and having nature moving you, and once you paddle and catch the wave, you're being transported by natural energy, and it's kind of mystical and very attractive and compelling, and you get what they call surf fever. And you want to have it again and again and again and again and again and again. And it's contagious. As a dance form on a liquid stage, the ocean being a liquid stage that's variable and always moving and always changing and articulating itself independently of the rider who's kind of trying to sense it, feel what it's doing, and choreograph his own moves to what the wave is doing, and the wave being a natural force. You can begin to see all kinds of, you find all kinds of poetic juxtapositions within that game. And you can intellectualize it up the gazoo, or you can just say, you just go out and paddle and catch a wave. So you can simplify it or complexify it. You can expand it in either direction or shrink it down to just a very basic, no big deal. If you have surfed more than once, if you've surfed enough to have an understanding of it, it's pretty hard to dismiss it as no big deal. Some of it is directly related to the riding of waves and the equipment, and some of it is detached from that and is more about the human side of it, surf music, surf clothing, surf lingo, that has nothing to do with riding waves, has a lot to do with the excitement or the energy that surfing generates, and people trying to make money from it. I guess I'm one of them, publishing a surf magazine and trying to sell a surf magazine to surfers. But what I'm kind of trying, I see myself in a slightly higher level than I portray them. But when Debbie and I started the journal, our idea was a bit revolutionary. The journal was based on selling readers Surf Stoke for more than it cost to make, and letting a few advertisers come along for the ride. When I started surfing, all surfers were pretty much the same. They had the same habits, the same kind of visual presentation, and the same language, and same surfboards, the same maneuvers, the same. And then as the sport populated and diversified, it broke up into quadrants of preference, like shortboard riders, longboard riders, tandem, this, that. And each of those groups had their own traits and their own habits and their own language. When I started surfing, it was kind of a secret thrill. We could drive up to Big Bear with surfboards in our car in 1957, and someone would say, "What are those?" We could tell them anything we wanted. Now surfboards are acceptable. People look at them and go, "Oh, surfboards." So it's an accepted activity in the human condition. And people think they understand it, or perhaps do understand it, whereas before no one knew what it was. It was a mystery. It was, so it's entered our society, and is, it's possible that it will be in the Olympics this year. To me, that's a sad thing, but only because it's the exact opposite of what surfing used to be. The Olympics is full of rules and structure and money and all that stuff. And when in the old days, when you paddled out, you unplugged from all of that.